All right. So the other day, my buddy Chris, there's some people like just don't eat at Taco Bell. These people are unhealthy.
Fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Fucking lamos.
Yeah, they're probably most of them probably depressed and also. Anyway, so
I hate to be them.
and so he doesn't eat at Taco Bell hardly like ever, and every now and then he'll like crack a joke about it. Right?
Can't even make someone click.
and and so like he calls me after us hanging out on a Sunday night, and so it's Monday night now.
Okay,
that's the night after Sunday night.
No, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about clicking.
Oh, that's just timelessly funny, literally forever funny. And so I'm gonna click, and so.
God damn it.
And so anyway, so Monday night he calls me and he's like, guess where I'm at? I'm like, and I just like throw a guess out. He's like, Taco Bell. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I'm like, all right, here's what you get. Didn't ask me for any recommendations. And I'm like, all right, here's what you're going to get. So I give him like 5 things, maybe like 4. And then he was like, it's just for me. And I was like, okay. He's like, but I want the rolled chicken tacos. I was like, you want the rolled chicken tacos.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Once again, raving reviews for those. He did give,
of course.
they're fucking bussin'.
Is he human?
Right. And so
Devin's face.
I know. And so he's like, I tell him what to order. He does actually order them, but he's like, okay, 1 second. But he's a little bit older. He's like one of my best friends. It's Chris.
Yeah, I know.
I said his name already. So he's like 42.
He's 42. Wow. For a white man, he ages well.
Dude, seriously well.
Yeah, I legit thought he was like our age, like 30. At least 33, 34.
Yeah, he's like a decade older than us, right?
I guess that's what happens when you don't eat Taco Bell. I guess that's what it's like when you don't wake up and have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
One of his secrets is actually he uses sunscreen like every day, even in like
that's what Nora says. Nora says sunscreen like for like combating aging.
Yeah,
sunscreen's like amazing for that.
Yeah. He said it's like one of the things he's been doing for like 10 or 15 years or something. So
wow.
Yeah, and so love. Follow me, Jordan, for more health tips, and vote Jordan. And so anyway, so he's like, give me 1 second, and he, like I said, he's a little older, so sometimes he fucks up like he doesn't text very well. Sometimes
he forgets his name, where he
is. Anyway, so like I think that he just doesn't care more than anything. But he's like 1 second, and I know Chris because he messes up these little things. So he turns. I'm on his car and he's ordering the food.
Yeah.
He turns his fucking thing down. He turns the volume down. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry. He puts it on mute. That's what he does. He mutes his phone, and I know for a fact he's forgotten to turn his volume down. So he's ordering, and I'm like, can I get a bag of dicks? Like, real loud.
That's hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fucking funny. The guy that was taking the order literally bust out laughing. And so because he was laughing and Chris wasn't expecting it, he starts fucking laughing.
Nice.
And there's just like dying laughing there for a second. And because I thought it was funny, even though I couldn't hear either of them, I was also laughing.
Of course you were.
Of course you were.
But it was
I'm
like
surprised,
the snicker
I'm
kinda
surprised
like,
you.
hey,
I'm surprised you weren't laughing the entire time. Because we all we
love a good Craven's laugh track, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So many times I just insert his laugh.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, I just wanted to share it because it was just fucking funny. And he was like, you should put that on the podcast. I was like, I'm definitely telling that story.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, it was I
like,
got him so good.
He was like, sorry, that was my 30-year-old friend.
Yeah, and then he just carried on and then went about the order. But yeah, it was funny.
I mean that is like timelessly funny, like, messing around in the drive-through line. I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, that was like a whole lot of fun.
Dude,
a place
are
where
you
you
kidding
could just
me?
you can go ham, go wild, in the drive-through line.
That's so fucking funny. I had the exact opposite. I was like,
really?
we are here to get stuff and go.
He's so hungry he couldn't enjoy it.
This is about efficiency, all right?
Yeah.
There's
no time for joking around in this
in the drive-thru.
line.
No, there are people behind me. There's a mother with her kids behind me. They need to go to soccer practice.
I'm gonna actually step into a different realm and say that's the fattest thing you've ever said to me on this show.
All right, fair enough. I mean, that is a fat man's perspective. To be honest with you, I'm like, yo, I want to get home. All right, I'm trying to eat.
Make jokes on your own time. Let's keep the shit rolling.
Go start a podcast somewhere else. All right, buddy.
Well, I bet you the people that work at fast food actually appreciate that more than some stupid asshole
rapping their
making
order.
Jokes. Yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
that shit is so cringy. Watching someone rap their order on TikTok or sing their order, my God. Like, I mean, hats off to anybody who does that, because I know in order to really be free, you have to come to grips with your cringe. And once you do that, then you can pretty much do anything. So hats off to anybody who can do that. It just ain't me. And watching somebody do that, like rap their order or sing their order, is, my God, like a different level of cringe.
You heard it here first. If you can do this, Nick is going to give you all of his hats. All of his hats.
No cap.
No cap. Yeah.
No cap.
No cap.
That was funny.
No caps for Nick. Yeah, no. So I disagree with that. I do think that people these days have been given too much cringe leeway, that it's okay to do things like that and okay
That's
to
hilarious.
lean into the awkwardness.
I think I agree with Devin a little bit.
I disagree. I think that there should be a limit, and there should be
First time for
level
everything.
a level of integrity and self-respect that you walk away with, even if you're making a TikTok reel. So is that
enough self-respect to name yourself Subway?
I mean, I do agree with you, because seeing
That's-
those people do a flash mobs, a great example of things where it's all right, guys, let's reel this one in. We have too much freedom. If a bunch of people can rehearse a dance.
Wait, I kind of like a flash mob. That's pretty cool.
But that's extremely cringy. That's cringier than watching someone rap their order at a drive-thru.
I don't know. The rap your order at the drive-thru, that one's cringy a bit. But I mean, a flash mob, people like it.
Yeah, people like it, but my God, is it inconvenient? Have you ever tried to get to an Orange Julius with a fucking 30-year-old dude dancing in front of you?
I don't know. No, I
Pretty
know.
hard.
Yeah.
It is pretty hard.
Have you ever tried to get through the drive-thru with a flash mob in the way?
No.
Inefficient.
Yeah, inefficient. Yeah. Oh my God, their numbers must be terrible. But should we start the show?
Let's start the show.
Start the show.
I like that.
No,
we should do that Chappelle shit.
This is just so everybody knows. This is a cringe-free program. Okay.
Yeah, this is. Don't listen to the death of a Taco Bellsman if you don't want cringe. Okay.
Yeah.
I want the creepy gordita bunch. I want the creepy gordita bunch. Welcome to the show.
Well, welcome to the Creepy Gordita Bunch podcast, the official podcast of the Taco Bell Cult Facebook group.
During Halloween.
I'm your host, Nick Ortiz, and with me, as always, my co-host, DJ S to the Subway. What's goody,
What's
my
up?
dude?
Pope's up.
What's up? They call me Subway, baby. I'm fresh. I'm fit, and I got a foot long coming at you.
Oh, and
I got a foot long.
and the gravy in this famous bowl, Jordan Craven's Krennic.
Wow, anything to do with the famous bowl. That's real love as a.
Honestly, I mean, I think both of our favorite items, or at least one of our favorite items on the KFC menu, is the famous bowl. It has everything.
There's nothing I've eaten more at KFC than the famous bowl.
Yeah, if you need nutrition, famous bowl.
Exactly.
All right, that has
Have you-
everything you need.
Have you ever heard Patton Oswalt's bit about the KFC famous bowls?
No,
I'm sending it to y'all. We can cut this out. It's fucking hilarious. I'm going to send it to y'all after the show.
for
It's
sure.
great.
Okay.
It's a great bit.
Definitely. But yeah, so this week, I mean, we're going to continue on in the vein of spooky ooky. And we're going to talk about the KFC murders. Yeah.
Yep.
It's less creepy like that, but more of give me your fucking money. You know what I mean? Type, maybe don't walk down an alleyway late at night type creepy. You know what I mean? Like that type of creepy. Real creepy, not spooky ghost creepy.
Got it. Kind of like a future Batman person.
Yeah. If you wanna become Batman, walk down an alley with your parents.
Boom.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. You forgot. Walk down the alley with your rich parents.
Yeah.
Your poor parents, you can do.
Yeah, they're basically
Skip
dead
the alley.
anyways.
Yeah,
they're basically dead anyways.
Oh shit.
But yeah. So we don't really have a whole lot of news. I guess Taco Bell is trying to do some chicken nuggets. Did y'all see that shit?
No, I didn't see that. I
No.
saw that the nacho fries were coming back, but
Yes.
nothing about chicken nuggets.
Nacho fries are actually already back.
Oh,
but,
they're already back. Okay.
But yeah, so Taco Bell is testing out some chicken nuggets, and they look delicious. My thing is it also kind of looks like Jordan, I think you have an issue with your
Is it my mic or is it my headphones?
No, it's your headphones. Look, you got a whole ass wires hanging out, bro.
No, it's kind of actually been like that already, but I can't hear anything now.
Yeah, I think it may be Dunzo. Probably needs some.
Destroy the cord right there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Say something.
Hello,
Fuck,
check,
I'm
check.
not even hearing anything. Like,
Okay,
it's
no
not-
worries. I got headphones.
Damn, I fucked that up because I was laughing too hard.
Okay.
All right, we're good. Thanks, dude. My bad.
No, you're good.
God, if slavery is a bitch, dude. I
I
could just
don't-
laugh normal. You know why black people have to react that way? It's because of slavery.
I don't win. What?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
No.
Yeah. So like when you're a slave, you couldn't laugh. You couldn't be seen having that much fun.
Yeah.
So if something was
Mhm.
funny, they would run into laugh into a barrel or laugh around the corner of a building.
No shit.
Bro.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like slavery's a bitch, dude.
Slavery is a bitch.
Yeah, it was a bitch. But now I broke my headphones because of slavery. Fucking bitch.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
But
You can leave that in if you want. It's not bad. Not bad info.
okay. All right. Cool.
This is I didn't know that. I had never heard that before in my life.
But
Yeah.
isn't it
But that's
crazy
very interesting.
how
Yeah.
the transatlantic slave trade has influenced so much in the U.S.
Yeah, and
Like
the
pop
stuff
culture and shit. It's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
and it's so much stuff we don't even know. That's it. We're doing a transatlantic slave
Yeah,
episode.
no.
Yeah, this is a
Taco Bell and
We're
slavery.
doing a 6-part. We're doing a
Taco-
6-part series.
on Taco Bell and slavery.
Yeah, we're gonna connect it. Maybe by episode 6. We may have to extend it to episode 7.
Yeah.
But
Sorry. Go ahead.
so yeah, Bell Nation, please follow us on our social medias. As I was telling you, it's just gonna be a little bit of a longer episode, so we don't have a whole lot of news to talk about. So please follow us on social media, Instagram Cheesy Gordita Bunch. I was gonna say IG, Facebook Cheesy Gordita Bunch. You just look us up and you'll find us. But for today's sources for today's topic, I went to True Crime Recap on YouTube. She did an awesome thing of breaking down exactly what had happened and some of the mishaps. Of course, I also read a couple articles from the Longview News Journal, which is the local paper, and the KFC killings by Jesse London from the Medium. Yeah, they had a lot of really good sources. So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into it.
Let's dive in.
wow.
Now, we're talking about the infamous and kind of still a mystery KFC massacre or murder. It depends on where you go. It's either or. That happened in Kilgore, Texas in 1983. Now, Kilgore, it's a pretty bumfuck town. It's in East Texas. It's known as the City of Stars because of all the twinkling little lights on top of the oil rig. So it's a fucking oil town.
Okay.
That if you've ever lived in Texas before, that is such an image of something that you'll see driving through Texas.
Yes.
So yeah, that brings me. Can totally picture that right in my head. Exactly
Oh yeah,
what they're talking
and
about.
you know the thing is like when you think of an oil town, especially East Texas, I think of desolate. You know, like just
Oh yeah.
nobody around. It's just people going to work, coming home, shit like that.
Big money,
Yeah.
but nowhere to spend it.
Oh yeah, great way to put that, like Odessa. But
Definitely.
there's not a whole lot of fun facts about Kilgore, Texas. When I was on the wiki, there was like a quick little anecdote of like Matt Damon mentioning Kilgore when he was impersonating Matthew McConaughey. Like that's like what's in their Wikipedia.
That's a pretty like if Matthew McConaughey actually mentioned Kilgore, that would be like some claim to fame. But having it like another degree of separation where it's an impression of Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, that's
And it's
That's
on the
a,
David Letterman show, which like ended in what, like 2016? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, he like retired, right?
yeah, he's now doing that shit on Netflix, which is pretty good. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. He does some really good interviews.
Always be plugging.
ABP, David Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's September of 1983, and the KFC in Kilgore had been fairly busy. Just like today, there were still only 3 people working at KFC.
Just like today.
There was Joey Johnson, who was a 20-year-old. He was a cook. He was at the local like community college.
Assistant manager.
You got Mary Tyler, who was the actual manager, and then O.B. Hughes, 39, who was like the cashier, along with two other people within the restaurant. I guess some of Joey's frat brothers. David Maxwell, who was also 20 at the time, he worked at the KFC. He actually got a job like a week before, and he had like borrowed Joey's motorcycle. So he and another buddy were there just to drop off the bike.
Okay.
Now, around 10:30 p.m., Billy Tyler, Mary Tyler's husband, was waiting for Mary at home. He used to work at a KFC. That's actually how they met. And he was like, "Yo, it is taking way too long for her to get home. Like some shit is fishy." Yeah. So he goes and he actually goes to the restaurant, and he sees that the back door is unlocked.
Oh shit!
Going into the back, he notices that the entire restaurant is in disarray. There had been clear signs of an altercation. Utensils, flour, all scattered everywhere, scattered all over the floor. There was a big old dent in the side of the wall, as if you were fighting someone. And there was a big-ass pool of blood behind the counter.
Oh, shit.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then, of course, there was a bloody trail leading to the back office.
Oh, not
oh, boy.
Not like marks of someone getting dragged?
Yes.
Oof.
Yes. Yeah.
Just a Kentucky Fried crime scene. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, the flour stands out to me. Was somebody using flour as a defense weapon? Like that
pocket flour
seems like
throw it in their eyes.
Yeah.
Like sand.
Yeah, like sand. Yeah,
true.
Exactly. Well, but also, I mean, the colonel would have been pissed.
Oh, of
all
course.
this blood everywhere. My God. Now at this point,
I don't care who killed who. Somebody get a mop and fix this up.
Now, Billy and his stepdaughter, Mary's daughter, Kim, actually showed up to the restaurant as well because she was trying to like get some money from her mother. Well, both of them seeing the crime scene, Billy acts fast, says, "Hey, go out to the hospital. Make sure nobody like shown up because like clearly nobody's here. There's a bunch of blood, so they must have went to the hospital." Well, she goes and nobody had checked in. Everyone was very confused about what had happened. So Billy calls the police.
Of course, because there's been a murder.
Yes, yeah, there'd been something.
We're about to fucking play Clue.
All of their cars are there. All of their cars are in the parking lot, and it looks like just some shit went down inside of the restaurant itself.
It was the colonel in the kitchen with a what's it
with
called?
Flour.
With a spork.
And the what's it called? The tie, the Lobo tie.
Oh, a little. No, he had a ribbon tie.
And the ribbon tie. That's what did it.
Now, at this point, it was believed that there were only 3 employees that were abducted until Mary Maxwell, the pregnant wife of David Maxwell, showed up. Now, she told the police that David had headed over to the KFC that evening to return a motorcycle, but hadn't come home. Now, with 5 people missing, the local police called the Texas Rangers because they were kind of out of their depth.
Walker's on the scene.
Yeah, fucking Chuck Norris showing up.
Chuck Norris.
Now, they searched all night for all 5 of these people, simply believing that they had been abducted. That following morning, about 15 miles outside of the oil field, a worker had come across what he initially believed to be just a big old pile of clothes and trash. When he goes up to it, he notices that they're all fucking bodies and that there's blood everywhere.
Shit.
Yeah, and that, obviously these 5 victims had been murdered. They had been executed.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That is like some, I don't know. wild shit like that only like to me like
Texas.
this is like the kind of wild shit that can only happen in Texas.
Fuck, man.
Right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like
feel you.
rounding up an entire KFC crew, like that's fucking crazy.
Like, how
That's
bad did they mess up his order, dude?
It's just fucking hilarious. But no, I mean, obviously, like these people. The crazy part is everyone was asking, like, at this point, like, what the fuck is the deal? What happened? Why were these people abducted? Why was this a drug deal gone wrong? One person even started saying, like, hey, they must have kept a recipe for the devil's meth inside of the inside of the safe at the KFC. That was literally one of their rumors that they legitimately believed. So the police went out and they rounded up a lot of drug dealers. They were asking seriously, like they were asking all like the usual suspects because they just didn't know like what would this motive be? Like who the fuck would round up a bunch of people and execute them?
Wait, you said usual suspects, so the drug dealers were always suspects?
That's what they said in their police report.
That's so
as
fucked up.
As you see when we get further into this, a lot of this shit was bumbly. They
God,
were,
dude, I feel like
again way out of their fucking depth when it came to this.
I
Because
feel like those murders in like the 80s, 70s, 80s were like just the police department was completely fumbling it like every time. Did they solve a single one in America?
Do they do that now?
70s?
I mean, come on.
Sheesh.
I wonder how many people who got investigated and interviewed for this, like when like the first thing that came to my head was when they started talking about like like we know that you know about the secret recipe, the meth recipe, but I feel that people's first impression would be that the police were talking about the herbs and spices, the classic KFC recipe. So, just a thought.
Now, these people, when they were found laying face down. Yeah, and the people that were found were Joey, David, Monty, and Mary. Now, the way they were laying is face down with their heads resting on their arms, as if they were told, like, "Hey, we'll let you go. You know, just let us count to 100, and by that time you'll be good to go." Like that's the way it seemed, at least the crime scene, because they were all laying down and they were shot in the back of the head and the neck, execution style. Now, the fifth victim, Opie Hughes, she was actually found a bit away, as if she had gotten up and like booked it. She had some self-defense wounds on her arms, though she had been shot like 3 times.
Oh, that's
Fucking crazy.
Yeah,
maybe she did try to run.
Oh yeah, I mean So there's a couple. So Joey
If
Johnson.
they all had run though.
So there were actually 3 people there, and they found 3 different types of bullets.
Oh, you're gonna tell us later on.
A little bit.
Okay,
But
all right.
I don't actually mention this, but they had 3 different. They traced 3 different type of bullets there.
What the
And
fuck?
the thing is one of the 2 of the bullets could have been used from the same gun. Because there's certain guns, like I used to own a 40 cal Smith & Wesson's 40 cal, and I could shoot a 45 with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
The
they
family order gone wrong.
yeah
family
the
order.
family order wrong bucket. But one of the prevailing theories was that the gunman or the gunmen forced the victims onto the ground, probably saying that they'll let them go if they listen. And then the first person was executed. Opie books it. And then another theory is that she was just singled out, sexually assaulted, and fought back, causing those self-defense wounds, which it seems like maybe a little more likely because she was actually found with her uniform on, but she didn't have any underwear on. Now,
Damn, that's fucked up, dude.
a lot like Opie, initially investigators believed Joey had fought back. He was found with the other 4, but he had been shot multiple times. He had been shot like in the stomach, in the neck, and then in the head, as if he was like running away. But the thing is they didn't really find a whole lot of physical evidence with this. The only piece of evidence that they had found was in Joey Johnson's waistband, which is something that they had found in the autopsy, and it was a broken fingernail.
Oof.
Yeah, and this again was under his waistband, and this was believed to be like a really vital clue because this, if it was a torn fingernail, this could be one of the attackers, one of the murderers' fingernails. Now, at this point, the Texas Rangers handed the local police back their investigation, but this podunk-ass town had no budget for this.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and this isn't the only clusterfuck, because there were 3 different counties that were involved with this investigation.
Oof.
Yeah, so you had Rusk County, which took the murders, because, again, it was 15 miles away, so it was in a completely different jurisdiction. Gregg County and the Kilgore Sheriff's Department took the KFC robbery and kidnapping itself.
Different charges, basically, right?
Basically.
Okay.
Basically. Now, while Smith County helped because they had a lot more money. Smith County is where Tyler is.
It's the white brother in the family.
Basically.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Hey, we have the resources. We'll provide you with a little funding so you can get this investigation going."
Is that the John Smith County there? Is that?
But like any other small town, again, those rumors started to brew, and the local PD, they did the best that they could at that point in time. I mean, this is before the militarization, the mass militarization of police, so their budget just wasn't the same as, say, as like Tyler, Longview, anything like that.
They hadn't gotten paid by Reagan yet.
Exactly. They're pretty close, though. They're pretty close.
They're waiting. It was the way my check-ins and savings. It's coming. He said it was coming.
Give me a little more time.
Yeah, my FAFSA,
That's hilarious, bro. Now, they were able to bring out some dogs. They did some interviews, and several key things were missing from the investigation. Now, first off, the crime scene had not been secure for up to a day after the bodies were found.
Bro.
Crazy, right?
It's insane.
What does that mean? What is that? So we're people walking into KFC
looky-loos, bro.
pile.
Fucking looky-loos.
Anybody here? Hey, where can I get a famous bowl?
The thing is true crime it has always been super, people were always interested in true crime, so people wanted to take pictures. People wanted little trinkets and keepsakes from the KFC because, hey, this is where the fucking massacre happened. Isn't that fucking nuts though that people were doing that?
Dude, yeah, there's no way I would want to be anywhere fucking near that place. If there was
Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Check out this Pepsi cup I stole from a crime scene. It's totally
you
crazy.
see that blood splatter?
People do that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but
Devin said doo-doo.
Not only was the KFC not secure, but nor was the crime scene at the oil fields, and then the crime scene the photos from the crime scene weren't sent out for development and were eventually lost.
This is embarrassing.
They had 10 cans. They had 10 cans of photos, and only one was found. Only one can had survived.
That sounds like a conspiracy.
That's crazy.
Who
is this? Who is this?
The Illuminati's afoot.
Is this the
Big
fucking
chicken.
Popeyes
Big
police
chicken.
department?
PPD.
Yo. Now,
PPD.
Oh my
During
god,
the
that's fucking funny.
during the interviews conducted by the local police department, one witness said that around 9 p.m., her and her boyfriend had a hankering for, KFC. So they went to the restaurant and they saw that a white van had been parked in the back. And it was noticeable because it wasn't parked in a parking spot. This just goes to show if you're an asshole and if you park bad, people are going to notice.
That you're a murderer.
It's going to stick with them.
That's true.
Yeah, because especially if it's a big old white utility van. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
Let's be
dude,
a little
that's
more discreet.
100%. I'm never parking that way. I don't want to be confused as a murderer for sure.
I mean, with your blue Beamer, I think you'll be fine, bro. Now, when they
I
left,
didn't think you would say that. I didn't even think it.
when they left about 15 minutes before closing, the white van was still there. Yeah. Now, multiple witnesses had come forward and confirmed that they had seen a white van at the KFC. I mean, there was one instance where a person said it was 10:15, and the white van was parked in the back, directly by the back door. Another person said that they had saw the white van parked facing backwards, facing the wrong way in the drive-thru.
What the fuck?
Wow. Crazy. So white vans, even all the way back in 1983, were still the
you mean
choice
especially in 1983?
yeah. The choice of a generation of serial killers and fucking assholes. So
Oh, fuck
that's
yeah.
really interesting.
It's you think they would be like, you know what? That's obviously a dead giveaway.
Yo, dude. So there was a white van parked in my parking, like in the apartment parking lot, and I was like, why does all these, like, it has like weird ass stickers in the back, and I'm just like, you motherfucker, like, you're up to something, dude.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
I would put some cameras.
So
up
here's
right
a picture of his license plate. But another witness had come forward saying that she heard Mary Tyler's daughter on the phone with Mary that evening saying that they had $2,000 in the till and that it needed to be taken to the bank.
Oh, robbery suspicions.
Yeah,
now.
apparently there was a line in the KFC until it closed at 10 p.m. And the
They
witnesses
must have had a really good week.
Oh yeah.
2 bands in 1984.
No, for real. And then the witness actually claimed that she had seen a man like eavesdropping in the conversation. And she gave the description of Romero Pinkerton. Like down to a T.
No, Romeo.
Oh, Romeo. See, I've been
Sorry.
saying Romero this entire time. But thank you. Romeo Pinkerton. The police questioned him and his cousin, Darnell Hartsfield. Now, they were both serial burglars. Like, they were people of suspicion before, like, the description was given of them. Like, the police had three people who they were suspicious of. This was Darnell Hartsfield, Romeo Pinkerton, and Elton something another. So they go and they question these guys, and I mean, they have strong alibis. Were we that Jordan?
Yeah, I just want to go back because you said
Yeah, it was. No, that wasn't me. I was robbing the Burger King. Yeah, Friday that was Saturday that was Burger King night.
it says she gave the investigators a description of Romeo Pinkerton. That to me, there's a lot of room for error in that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and I know that you know that. I'm just saying. It's like, it's like in those cases and shit, like,
Romeo Pinkerton is innocent.
Well, he had been. Both of them had been to prison several times. Like, he actually went to prison in 1980 for burglary. He was paroled just after 7 months, and then less than 9 months later, he was back in prison, sentenced for 5 years, also for burglary.
Clinton hadn't shown
No,
up.
no,
by
there
then,
was no
yeah.
3 strikes in this bitch.
Yeah, no, minimum sentence or minimum.
And he actually told the police that he was in prison at that point in time. And the police were like, all right, sounds good. We'll take your word for it.
Dude,
Checks out.
These fucking officers are terrible, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Who took on this case? The fucking Super Troopers? Like, I don't understand.
Just smoking weed. And
I don't fucking understand.
Kilgore's finest.
Oh, dude, I would not. If I was a police officer that was anywhere fucking near this, I would not want anyone from in 2023 retelling this story.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, like, this shit is in shambles, like you said. I mean,
I listen to a lot of true
disaster.
crime. And I think Devin, Subway also listens to a lot of true crime. And
Thank you.
half of the story is the police fucking up.
really?
Is the police not doing their job, not
God.
being diligent. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
It's either hard or they're dumb, but I don't think it's just they're dumb. I don't want to say
think it's
that.
both. I think it is hard. I do think
Yeah,
it,
it's
especially
possible sometimes.
especially in 1983 where you don't have DNA, where you
Yeah.
don't have all of these systems that we have in place now. Now, I'm sure it's relatively easy.
They don't
I mean,
have
we,
cell phones.
we live in there's a bunch of cameras everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, we live in a relatively like police state somewhat.
Yeah, Devin.
It's-
Devin, what was it
It's
like?
It's also just like the retelling of a lot of these things. Like when you hear these things retold, you're just like, or like, how did that happen? Like, I'm still jammed up on the whole, like the photographs of the crime scene were lost.
Yes.
Like, what does that mean? Like, they fell between the cushions of a car? Like, how do you lose Like, how does that happen? Like,
Yeah.
you just left them. You
And the
left them
thing
on
is-
the counter. Of like,
It's like
Somebody
the
took them as
negatives.
souvenirs.
It's
It's
the,
souvenirs.
it's the negatives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just like the like the photographs.
Yeah.
It's the actual like negatives of this shit.
Oh, negative
Mhm.
photos. Got
Mhm.
it. Got it. That showed could show more. Yeah.
Now, the next suspect was the son of a known criminal as well, and statesman. That means he was a state rep, James Mankin Jr. Now, Mankin was a local roustabout. You know, he was overheard threatening people. He even took credit for the killings. And one
What?
witness saw that. Yeah, I know. And one witness saw a man in the white van with a long beard and long hair. And this pretty much matched fucking Mankin to a T. Now, when the police go and they try to like ask him questions about this shit, hearing that he's like trying to take credit, he folds instantly. Like, my God.
What a
he's like,
pussy.
oh, yeah. No, for sure. I think we all know these guys who live in their same town and they just kind of like want to take credit for something. I mean, granted, this is a horrible thing to take credit for.
Oh, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
Oh,
Yeah.
local murder? Yeah, that was me.
That was me.
Yeah.
Any ladies want to see a local murderer?
But yeah, so they're asking him these questions, and not only is he like super fidgety, they notice that he has a torn nail on his right hand.
Oh.
Yeah. So the police were like, "All right, motherfucker, let's see that hand," and they make a mold of his hand. Like, they legit make a mold of his fucking hand, and they put their fingernail to it, and they are so sure that he is the prime suspect of this, so they arrest him under these circumstantial evidence.
Holy shit.
Now, he sits in jail for a few months, and a trial date is set, but the prosecutor doesn't believe they have enough evidence to convict him on all 5 of these murders. You know, because remember, when it's a trial, all they need is one person. They just need one person who doesn't think that this person is guilty, and boom, you know, like, he's off the hook.
Yeah.
So they decide to release him. Yeah. And from there, the investigation just loses steam. So 1995 rolls around, and they reopen the case with the goal of putting James Mankin Jr. away. And by April of 1995, they're successful. They indict this motherfucker. They indict him on 5 counts of capital murder.
Holy shit.
Now,
This is in Texas, dude. It's fucking death penalty time.
fuck yeah, it is.
All right. Let's keep going.
Now, they mainly convict him on the ridges from his fingernail. That's why they feel confident in convicting him. But they do a DNA test. Yeah, they do a DNA test, and it turns out that fingernail actually belonged to Mary Tyler.
They didn't see. That was one of the victims, right?
That was one of the victims.
They didn't see there's a fingernail. They didn't look at her fucking hands that were already there and compare it. I don't understand.
They probably
Wait.
took pictures.
They probably took.
This murderer isn't wearing any nail polish. Uh-oh. You just said that he's the murderer. This is what's crazy is like
What the fuck?
you guys said, I'm still the guy said he did it. So, no wonder. It's God, just don't say that. And save yourself a lot of heartache. Save yourself the
Seriously.
headache of potentially going to jail. And don't brag about being a murderer.
Yeah, terrible idea.
Oh, it was fucking horrible. And, I mean, he sat in jail for 7 months because of this.
That's a long time, dude.
That's a really fucking long time.
Yeah.
7 months sitting in jail as an innocent person because he was a fucking idiot and started saying that he was trying to take credit for this. But yeah, so basically after that, it kind of goes cold for another 5 years. So in 2000, a former FBI agent, an investigator, reopens the case. Now, he didn't have much evidence to go through, but he does go
Clearly.
through the evidence.
Yeah.
And they actually find napkins with blood on them.
Okay.
And this is
Okay.
one of the first big breaks. You know, this could be the murderer's blood. This could be the victim's blood.
Yeah.
From what it sounds like, they didn't collect any of the blood. You know what I mean? For maybe future sampling or anything.
So dumb.
I don't know. But in 1983, investigators believe that this blood was the blood of the victims. After testing it in 2000, they discovered that the blood belonged to Darnell Hartsfield and Romeo Pinkerton.
Oh shit!
Oh. Oh my
Did not
Yep.
see that coming.
Really?
No.
Oh, good. Good.
Holy shit.
Now, at this time, they were both serving time for burglary.
Dog. What the fuck, dude?
Yes. Crazy thing. Devin was joking, but this man literally, like 2 days after they had committed that robbery, fucking went and robbed another place and got caught, and he got 25 years.
Holy
So he was
shit.
both of these people were sitting in jail, sitting in prison by the time that they were like quote unquote caught for these murders.
Oh, I guess I ate my words on that bad description thing.
Yeah. Now, when they
Fucking-
asked them about the murders, they both mentioned that they weren't there. They were pretty adamant, like, "Hey, we were not at that KFC." Now, if you remember, he told the police that he was still in prison by the time that these happened. And apparently, the police just took his fucking word for it.
Oh my
so-
God.
An unbelievable
Classic.
Yes.
response to okay, yeah.
Sounds about right.
You didn't do it?
You know-
oh, well, all right. Yeah, he's saying do it. He's saying do it.
You know what? These serial burglars, they seem on the level.
Yeah.
to me.
These are
They
good
seem
guys now.
trustworthy.
Yeah, these are good guys now.
Yeah, it turns out that he had been released from jail, from
I
prison.
mean, the other guy already said he did it. So I mean, come on. Why would you lie about that?
It turns out that he had been, Romeo Pinkerton had been out of prison 2 days before the event. So 2 days before they had robbed and murdered these people, he just got released.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, that's so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally so fast. Like,
Crazy.
oh, I'm free.
Let's go do some scheming.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
free. I guess I could kill someone, you know, now that I'm free.
So that's the thing. So the question is why?
Yeah,
I
why?
think
That makes
why looms over all of this. Because they were burglars. They didn't, if you look at their rap sheet, they did not kidnap people. They did not have, from what I saw, they didn't have like assault charges. It was like burglary. It was what was their fucking shtick. So why kidnap and why execute these people? They took their money. They took their wallets. They took their jewelry. They had everything that they needed. Why do it? Well, there was a third person yet to be identified.
Maybe, right? Or is it for sure a third person?
Well,
They think there's a third person.
the way they found out that there was a third person was in 2003.
Okay.
Now, looking through the evidence, again, they had the FBI investigator
you were
there.
just about to literally say that.
They found
Sorry.
that Mary Tyler had been, again, in her uniform, but she had been missing her underwear. They tested the underwear, the crotch of the underwear, and they determined that she had, in fact, been raped and that she had semen in her underwear. That semen didn't
Wow.
match either Darnell or Romeo Pinkerton.
Wow.
Yeah, and they didn't. It didn't match the suspects. It didn't match the husband. So this led investigators to confirm that there was in fact a third person. Now, when they ran through the DNA database, it didn't come up to a single offender in Texas. Like, not at all. Actually, not across the nation. It hasn't come up to a single person. So this means this person has been pretty clean ever since. And all they've been able to determine that it was someone of African American descent.
Oh.
That is
So-
it.
Because
I
they
got
can
a
take the
seri-
DNA and like tell by the genetics.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I actually have a serious question. It might not sound like a serious question, but it's a serious question. Like, how do you
Let's hear
how do you get into the semen database? Like, do you like how do you how do you no seriously like
It's
not a
semen
we need to
database.
keep-
It's
It's
DNA,
a DNA
database.
database.
okay.
Oh, okay. No, Devin, no, bro. This Devin's been up to something.
Subway
So-
creating his own fucking cream.
How do I get there?
He's like, I'm really thirsty. I just really
Yeah.
need to find the semen database.
Do they need
Yeah.
sommeliers? Oh,
I got a
this
couple
one's-
I got a couple clicks ready to go.
Oh man.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so they're not comparing it to semen. I just had this idea of like, hey, we found the semen on the scene and we need to compare it to yours. So
we need everybody in this room to jack off in a cup.
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought. But anyway,
Well,
we don't need to keep this in,
oh, that's
right?
staying.
Oh,
Are you
that's
kidding me?
1000%
staying.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
This part where you're asking for it to come off is also staying in.
Probably, yeah, definitely. Now,
You're gonna do that to little old Subway.
There's lots of semen in the subway, that's
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
well, Darnell Hartsfield was convicted on perjury for lying to the police and saying he wasn't in the KFC when he so clearly was. That on top of the other felonies got him a fucking life sentence. So this was before he was convicted for the murders. He already had a life sentence on top of him for all of the shit that he had done. Now, Romeo, so the police, they actually had a snitch in his cell, and he talked about the killings, saying that there was a third man.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
God,
Now-
this is actually getting better and better.
Now the prosecutors hadn't let that known to the public. So they knew that only the killers would know that there was a third person. This led to the conviction of both fucking Romeo and Darnell. Both of them got 5 life sentences, and they maintained their innocence. They said that they weren't the killers. They said that they basically robbed it, but they weren't the killers. Do you believe them? I mean, Bell Nation, that's going to be up to you. That's going to be up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, it's hard to say, it.
The thing is this shit always escalates. It always escalates. Serial killers always start off doing petty shit, doing little shit. Not saying that these dudes are serial killers or anything like that, but I mean, more than likely they took part in these. Well, obviously they took part in these fucking killings, So, I mean, I don't think it matters that these people were the murderers or not. I think it's fucking good. I'm happy these people are off the fucking streets.
Yeah, I mean, at least now that we have law and order, right? Everything, everything's good now. No,
Thank God.
I mean, I feel kind of the opposite, honestly. I think that
let's
this is
let him
kinda-
out. We should bring him. Let's let him out, Devin.
Set him free.
No,
Yeah,
no,
don't
no.
you need don't
No,
you
that's-
need like a babysitter or something, Devin?
No, what I was gonna say is that I feel like if you were spending your entire life in prison, if you knew that you were going to be in prison for your entire life, I feel like that's an incentive enough to say fuck it and own it. And so I don't know.
Yeah, because at
first
least you're
impression
going to
is
spend
that-
the time. You get the guiltiness away.
I mean,
right?
Romeo did plead guilty. He pled not guilty, and he ultimately ended up pleading guilty because he didn't want to get the death penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so both of them ended up getting 5 life sentences because they didn't want to die at the state's hands, which I guess is understandable.
Yeah.
But actually, January of this year, Darnell Hartsfield died at the age of 61 from a fucking massive stroke, apparently.
It's probably from not
Damn.
telling the truth. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
probably-
Yeah, maybe, or all that KFC.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And the
Probably-
police are still apparently looking for the third person, but
Mm.
I think that dude's in the wind.
61.
Yeah.
Feels
I just
like-
imagine it for some reason I just can't shake the idea that it was Ronald McDonald. That it was Ronald McDonald. I don't know why. Just seems like, but what a crazy story. What a crazy fucked
seriously,
up,
what a fucking crazy story.
like
It is a crazy story, man. I mean, I think it's I think it kind of speaks to the shittiness of people, like the raw shittiness of people, like to go and like kidnap a bunch of people while they're at work and then simply kill them, I guess, just to kill them. It's really fucked up, man.
Yeah. No, that's awful.
Yeah, I mean, I get
Um,
stealing, like stealing food, stealing money, fuck it, whatever. But stealing someone's life, dude, like, god damn, that's some harsh shit.
yeah, especially like I feel bad because I feel like this is the kind of like true crime story that probably like I feel like I know I've heard a lot of these stories, right? Especially ones that involve multiple murders. Like there's I feel like the fact that this takes place in KFC really doesn't do any favors, right? I feel like the whole idea of it happening in KFC adds like a level, like kind of unfortunately of like I don't know, like I don't know.
like unease? Because I'll tell you, that's kind of like that's like America though, right? Like the amount of like shootings that happen like while you're at like church or at the movies or at the mall. You know what I mean? Like I think the level of unease is always going to be there. It's just like also like you with all the money that you give to the police, you'd expect them to be at least a little competent. You know, you'd expect them to at least do a little due diligence when it comes to like seeing if a dude was actually in prison at that point in time, or just simply making sure that you have your photos of the crime scene, or that you just put some tape around the crime scene to make sure no fucking dog walks through it. You know what I mean?
Maybe
like,
you could like give a little bit of a shit.
A little bit, you know? Like I get it. It's a small town Texas. This shit doesn't happen all the time. But I mean, violence happens in fucking Kilgore. You know, like it's gonna happen everywhere.
It's called Kill Gore. There's two.
Fuck! I didn't even realize that. That is like literally the end of the episode, and we're just coming to this fucking realization.
Yeah, I feel like we could have used that a lot in this. Yeah, many jokes.
All right, we're gonna re-record.
Yeah, you know what this really does for me is it actually does seriously make you think about how people respond to intense situations, because I'd like to think that if you were in a place of business with 4 other people, right? You were with 4 other people, that somebody would have had like I'd like to think that if I was in that situation, I would be the one to like bum rush one of the people, tackle them, put them out. You know what I mean?
I don't see it happening.
No. That's my
I'm
point.
not laughing
right?
that you said it. I'm laughing at Nick's reaction to you saying that.
Same though. Honestly, same.
That's what I'm saying. Though.
I actually think about that often. I am a certified takedown machine. Like I wrestled in college. Like I'm good at it. Like,
I believe that.
Do it.
I believe that. I've seen you jump in action.
Yeah, I genuinely think about it.
But like the like it's crazy. Like that's like for some people that's like the masculine fantasy, and like that's just not a fantasy I have. You know, I know that like if me and Nora were in a movie theater and
Nora's
shit went
gonna
down,
jump at it and tackle
I'm gonna cover Nora. I'm gonna die. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like it sucks that this is like the reality of living in the U.S. That you can be gunned down because you want to go watch Avengers Endgame. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is like I think that you want to have that feeling that you do that or you'd be that person, but actually when that shit goes down and these situations arise, I think it's easier said than done. And I think this is a testament to how that happens. Yep. Where, and some of these sounded like they were younger, these weren't older folks. These were people who probably like felt like they might have been able to defend themselves. But in this certain situation, it just makes you think. It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think fight or flight is like a real thing.
And freeze.
I was going to say, I think a lot of it is freeze though.
Oh, yeah. Like, I freeze sometimes, like I'll be at the pool and my neighbors will start fighting. I just freeze.
What the fuck? Does that really happen?
Yeah, I don't get involved.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
But Bell Nation, if you enjoyed this episode, I mean, you're gonna have to wait another year because we're not gonna do another true crime episode this month.
No.
I mean, next month is fucking Thanksgiving.
Woo!
I'm excited for that. We're gonna talk about the giving season.
That's right, baby.
We're gonna talk.
we're gonna be giving it to you.
I'm gonna like look
twice
up and
next month.
see what's up with KFC and like Thanksgiving, right? They gotta do some shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course. I mean, the chicken's almost a turkey, right?
Almost. Yeah, almost.
So,
but Bell Nation,
it's poultry.
It is poultry. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for sharing us. Thank you for following us. And if you can, follow me. I'm actually going to be doing some like short form improv with Jacob Cordis and T.W. Warren, Jane E.V.
Yeah. So follow them around.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's called And Tonight's Guest Is. So yeah, check us out in
That sounds
Austin.
funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm
So
excited.
is that what you're gonna invite me to? But then stop talking to me about it completely?
Yeah, because you said something and I was like, Jordan, this is like a yes or no question.
I said yes, but it depends on the commitment.
Exactly.
That's a fair question.
I guess. But follow
what do you
me.
need from me? I don't even know you need from me. That's it. I'm fucking done. I quit. All right. Just follow me. That's it. Bye.
Subway.
Nick hates me,
What's up?
so I have
Your
nothing
boy,
to say.
It's your boy S to the Ubway saying goodnight. Follow me. Follow my band, the Tall Boys. Follow the show. And, KFC next month.
Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. All right. Stay Baja Blessed.
Holla.
This show is made possible thanks to listeners like you. For more great Cheesy Gordita Network content, follow us on social media or go to cheesygorditanetwork.com to stay up to date. Thank you for your support and stay Baja Blessed.